Hi. So some of you might have used CoverMe. It was in phase one, and actually it does did a pretty good job. I have released it 2 months before, and it was supposed to be like helping you in um, understanding the job. Is it matching with your experience? That sort of thing actually. And I have told about phase two, which was supposed to give you more control over what is happening. Um, yeah, so I was working on it. So this was released 2 months before. So I was working on it. I was using Cloud Code at that time, and as some of you might know that Cloud Code has become very bad in um, doing code actually. So I had to switch to many other providers. At the end, I have switched to Codex. With it, I have almost completed phase two. There are a couple of issues, and I just want to show you some of the things. Maybe if possible, I will release it today, and you can use it. So the cover me extension is nothing but it is a extension which has a pop-up, and it will show you whether this particular job matches you or not. It will highlight all the keywords and everything, and it has another feature like ask AI, where you can ask more details about this job, chat with the AI, and all those kind of things. So this was phase one actually. But to control all these factors, we had an option screen, but it was very limited. So phase two is actually more about the controls and some more additional features. So if in phase two, if you go to option screen, you have a dashboard which will show you all the details like the Gemini key, where you have to put your Gemini key, and other system statuses. So currently we have resume, keywords. I will go through all these things when it comes. And you have in dashboard, you will have a summary of what all things are completed, those kind of details. When you come to resume, you have your resume and your context. So here you can specify all the details, like not only your resume, but if I remove this, you can see your resume content, your work experience, whatever you want, the context you can provide here, which will make it interesting, and AI to predict more in more details actually. Right. So I will just save this, and now there is an option to create resume out of all the details you have given. A basic resume for now, only one format, one template. Basically it's a copy of my resume. So when you create using for the first time, it will send your details to AI to create this resume. um, so this is pretty much it. So it will have all the details. You can add custom sections, and you can add more details into it, more things into it, and you can arrange in whichever way you want all these details. So it's pretty straightforward. Now you have an advanced career keyword session. Um, so earlier version was tuned to work for IT professionals. Currently, so the phase two is been changed. It actually do the things from the resume, like it will try to understand what act. So if I open this profiler, so it will see what all things you have, like, so these details are coming out of resume. It is not something I have fed into. So which domain you work for, which industry you are currently in. This all details AI have calculated and sent put it over here. The experience you have, experience level, the currency, where are you, based on where are you. The desired salary based on market. Um, for this particular role, for this particular experience, and other details, right? And if you go down, there are categories which has been created. This is based on my resume, so it is more towards programming and all those kind of things. But if the resume is something different, so it will generate based on that, right? And so if you open programming skills, it will show you more details, like uh, what actually, so these keywords have been is been used in the pop-up actually to calculate the scores and details, like match percentage and all those details. I will show you the algorithm thing as well, where you can customize all these things if you want. So these values are coming from AI, and you can tune it, fine tune it. You can add more skills, more missing skills. More keywords means more detailed things, detail uh, more it will work better. Actually, this particular thing will work better, right? So yeah, so that is what about keywords. Then we have now application questions, where you can enter the details manually, or you can use AI to fill all these questions for you. Also, you have additional details like, so if you are not satisfied with the number of questions here, you can always add new questions. So this is used when you fill a form, a job form, and once you set up this, you can right click and say to fill the form, and it will fill the form. Other things are like settings, where all these details have been, you can go through this and it is pretty much straightforward. These have all the options which controls how these things behave. And there is an advanced option now which shows you the algorithm which calculates the percentage, match percentage. This also can be customized now. So based on the last search you have done, it is showing you actual percentage, and using this particular thing you can fine tune the algorithm. So currently it is saying that based on the categories, what all details are there, and you can adjust this. So it is basically coming out of AI. So AI has given us it should be 75 percentage, experience should be moderate, all those kind of things. So if you want, you can modify these details, and also each category you can modify, the weight, the penalty, all those things can be modified, right? And save that. Once you save that, it will reflect on how this percentage has been calculated. So basically 61 percentage is coming. It is because the programming skills, there are two missing skills which has reduced 15 points. Like that, all the categories have been listed and it will do the things. And now you have option to, so you can select something and you can say that if this is a skill you have or skill you don't have. So if I add it a skill I need, it will actually go and sit in the keyword session, which is over here. If you go to, and then you can actually say that okay, this is something which I don't have. From the next time onwards, it will reflect on the job you search. And what else? Yeah, so this is pretty much it. So more control, all these things can be imported and exported, so that you don't have to do IA calls all the time when you refresh or do things. Even the application thing, resume, everything can be, um, all the all the details can be resetted. You can download all the settings, all these things are there. So you can try it out. And now I am going to show you another feature, like I have added more details into it. Like, so now you have, from the context menu, actually there is one more option, like, So fill form, I have told you, you can try it out on a form. There is also one more option, like you can modify your resume based on the job description. So you can click on here and it will capture the job description along with your resume. Actually, it will send it to AI to analyze this. I mean, create a new resume for you. But here there is a bug actually. I am trying to fix this thing, and so it is saying that build resume with AI. Actually, it is not here, but it should move you. It should take you to the open this particular thing, and it should tell you to rebuild with AI actually to create the new resume for you. So if you click on rebuild with AI, it will generate actually a new resume with that job description. But that is currently a bug which I am planning to fix it now. So till now, as I said, I was using Codex and other AI tool, and now I am going to use PostQode because I have joined PostQode, as some of you might have know. So PostQode give you, so it has been created by people who wanted some wanted a wanted actually to use this particular tool, right? And they have given it more thought, like what all things should be there, what all things are in priority, all those kind of things. So they have thought through all the things. As a developer and a tester, you can go through the documents of postcode and you can see that there are multiple agents available, and these agents are specific for specific tasks, like API agent, where you can use this agent to create what you can say API related test. And web agent is a complete um, agent which you can use to do any actions in web actually. And it, you don't have to install anything once you have configured web agent. And if you go to settings, and if all the prerequisite has been met, it will ask you to do all these things. When you're installing it, you don't have to do much things. Once you have done that, it will work from here actually. So you can ask it to open a web page, or you can utilize this to generate new test and all those kind of things. You can give the steps, and once it has performed or explored, you can tell to explore some application. And once it explores all the things, you can ask it to create test for that particular app it has explored. All those details are there in docs. You can go through that. So now I want to fix this bug actually before I release it, the phase 2 version of CoverMe. So what I will do is, I know that um, there is actually something called rules and workflows in postcode, which I am going to utilize it because I don't want to repeat myself all the time. And once I create a workflow, you can go through the docs actually. So once I create a workflow, it acts as a agent actually. So it will go through all the steps which is mentioned in the workflow, and create it will try to do all the steps following the steps. So I don't have to repeat for an S bug. I don't have to repeat all those things. Similarly, rules are also there, which is for, like, for example, project guidelines or something like that you can set. And these things will be set for either as a global rule or a workspace rule. So workspace rule is only for this particular code base, and globally, if you set, it will act on all the things you touch. You will use postcode for. For this particular exercise, I will I will try to create a uh, workflow for this code base. So let's say let's see how to create a new workflow actually. So what I want to create is, so it is pretty easy. So you just have to say new workflow, right? So it So for rules, you have to say new rules. So if it is new global rule, you have to choose new global rule, new workflow. So we are currently creating a workflow. So what it is? So let's name it as. So this is for fixing bugs. So I will call it as fix bugs. Fix bug. Right. So input mostly will be a image screenshot of the bug with context user can provide. Below are the activities to be performed. What all things we have to do? First, uh, first the agent has to understand the context of the project. So understand the context of the project, like read me project important project files. File files, etc. then then what it has to do? It has to, once it understands the project, it has to do the bug investigation. Bug investigation from the input provided. Basically, it has to search the code base for matching keywords, find relevant files, try to pinpoint the issue. What else it can do? Try to find the root cause. These are very so I'm just writing it down to find the root cause. This will be something which I will be doing when I want to investigate on a bug. What else? X and give the summary to user about the findings. Okay, let's leave it over there. We will modify these things. You don't have to be perfect creating this, right? Next will be fixing phase, where once user approves, follow the right project conventions, try to fix the issue follow project rules if any. And uh, once fix is ready, last phase will be to run some test. For now, I will ask it to check for lint. Check for run npm create the build without any errors. This is basically I wanted to, I mean, I have to do, I used to do. We will modify it once. Let's see how it creates the workflow first. So it will put down all the details as well for this particular project. So we can go through the created workflow, and if you want we can modify it. Let's go through that. So the prerequisite is there, there is input requirements. Even if there is input requirements, if you don't follow it, so it will work. Basically, yeah. Phase one, what all things it has to do. um, I don't want it to go through this in the docs. Just read me. Maybe I can use this. So this agents.md, if you know, it is created by Codex. It has pretty much all the details available. Identify key project files. Yeah, it can go through that. Then bug investigation, it has to do all these things. Uh, yeah, I think I am pretty much okay with this. Implement the fix. It has given some examples. Document the fix. Okay, and let's go with this what it has created. I don't have this, so I will just remove this. uh, what else? Yeah, I think it is pretty much good enough, right? Okay, now it is saying okay, it has done this. So it has created the workflow. Let's create a new task. So now I have this bug, right? So I will take a screenshot. So how to utilize this workflow which you have created is like slash fix bug. So workflow can be anything, like whatever you want to create, which is a repeating task. Like for example, uh, test test planning for a feature. So every time a new feature comes, you want to do some test planning or something like that. It can be a workflow. You can you can have a workflow for generating tests. You can have workflow for anything, pretty much anything you can think of, right? So fix this bug, and I will give him the screenshot. Control V, screenshot is attached. So I will just mention what all things I want it to do. So currently it is saying build resume with AI. So build resume with AI should only come if user has not generated any resume till now. User should get navigated to the resume builder if user has generated resume before. What else? The job title is not correct. Let's see whether it will fix. Job title has to be fixed. What else I can do is mm, I can tell it this happens when user use context menu to create tailor made as per the job description, and we need to fix below, right? Let it address this, then we will see what to do. So it is trying to understand the project context if it doesn't have the details. So because it is a new task, it doesn't have any context. So I want it to have the context before doing any changes. So it has created itself a task which we can see it complete. It will complete one by one, right? And now it is going through the things. Let's see. While it is doing that, other options are like, yeah. So in the context menu, you have option to do local analysis, ask AI, fill in the forms, all those things. And when you ask, you still have the manual and auto thing as well. So let's refresh this page. It's not perfect by any means, but it works in most of the cases. Yeah. So when you do a deep research, it will identify key missing keywords and the keywords you have and not in the keyword list, and it will automatically add. Those details are also available, like for example in the keyword list, if you see for each category. So you have this user skills. So it will add, I mean, when you do a deep research using AI for this job, it will identify the missing skills or skills you don't have. It will add it over here automatically, and that can be controlled from settings. Oh, yeah, here advanced ask AI learning, right? So that is one small thing. What else is there? Yeah, mostly everything is self-explanatory, so you can just go through that and try to understand things. If anything, you can always ask me or raise a issue. Let's see what it has done so far. So, so it is seeing these details. So I don't know why it is not enabled, but let's say yes. Let's see what there. So it is giving you all the details like what has happened, the button changes, right? It is correct. Um, and all the details as well. So now it is fixing the bug. Uh, do you want to edit this file? Yes, of course. So all the complete project is being created using AI. So yeah, I was acting as a product owner and a tester. So let it do its thing. We'll just wait and see. It is breaking things. And we have this auto approval so that you don't we don't need to be asked again and again. So it is running the link, and it has completed, I think. Okay, the bug is fixed. Let's see it has fixed or not. To see that, we have to refresh the extension, and we'll so let's see for this. Before that, let me go to the options and see what it is. I don't want this. Yeah, currently I don't see any failure. So let's see. Okay, so now it is coming here, but the message is not there, right? Yeah, so I have to do couple of more go and for with the AI here. So underneath we are using Cloud Sonnet, the model provider. I mean, all these things can be changed according to what you want. So to use, so if you go to settings, I usually go to settings. You have the model option, what agent in the agent mode, what you want to use. Currently, it is using Sonnet. Then you have a general tab, features, browser. and all these things. Pretty much straightforward, everything. I hope this has given you an idea of how to use postcode workflows, and similar way you can utilize rules as well for a project. Currently this is first time I am using postcode in this laptop, so no data is there, no rules or no. So when a rule is created, it is created like this: dot postcode workflow folder. It has created an empty file, and similarly you will get a rule folder when you create a rule, right? So yeah, so that's it, and I will try to release this for people who are using it. Thank you. Hope it adds some value to your job search. Thank you. Bye.